I haven't forgotten my roots, and this is where I come from. My parents were both in the union. My grandparents were in the union, carpenters, steel mill, steel workers, and coal miners, and my parents were teachers. So, I understand what's at stake here for middle class families. And too often, the decisions that we've made in Washington, as far as our trade agreements go, haven't been beneficial to working families. Let's stop exporting our jobs and importing oil. Let's build it here. Let's make it here. Let's grow it here. And we've begun to do that. We've started to close those tax loopholes that have shipped our jobs overseas. Told these big corporations they're no longer getting taxpayer support to do that, and we're actually giving them incentives to stay in America and build it here.
John Boccieri has always been a strong supporter of working men and women, union or non-union, doesn't really matter. The middle class. We've seen, examples of what he's already done in his almost 2 years in Congress. And, we think he should be back in there to keep working for us to improve our lives, our future.
Over the last decade, we've seen working families, working people, their wages have flatlined, if not started to decrease. And the policies of the past that have shipped our jobs overseas have led to a shrinking of the middle class. And it's so important now that we refocus our energy so that we can grow it, build it, assemble it here in America, make it in America. And that's what this strategy is all about in Washington. Now, this is going to happen overnight. This is going to be a several-year build-up, and we want to continue the work that we've started to make and move away from those policies. But let's be clear, the folks who we're fighting against in this election, anytime you take on the big oil companies, the big insurance companies, and the big banks on Wall Street, it makes you a big target, and they have made me one of the top targets this year.
The more people we can get out, the more phone calls we can make, the more door knocking we do, personal contact is a real, it works, it works in this process, and that's what we strive to do.